It's one of the most underrated, most underutilized soft plastic probably that people just don't think about anymore. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a grub. I'm talking about just a single curly tail grub. Welcome back to the shop. I'm glad you could stop by today. And what we're talking about today is one of the most underrated lures that we grew up with, and it was a staple in our tackle boxes back growing up. It's come a long ways from the way it was back when it first come out. This a grub dates back into the 70s. Whenever it first come out, it was considered the first swim bait, and a lot of different lure companies have modified it. Of course, they've done things to the tail, but just a plain single curly tail grub is one of the best things you can throw for smallmouth. It comes in all sizes, a little small one like this right here. You can see that one. Different colors, different length tails, twin tails. You can't beat a twin tail grub. The way it swims when it comes through the water, and fish can't stand it. Now, what you can do on these smaller ones, you rig it up on about an 1/8 ounce ball jig head, and what you want to do, you want to make sure that this shank right here of the hook goes back to the back part of that grub. You can see where that hook's going to come out. That's where you want it. You don't want it up or any further. That's where you want it to come out at. And what you can do, throw it, let it sink. You can just keep it right above the bottom, or you can reel it in the middle of the water column, or you can reel it up on the top. Tell you something I like to do is this right here. I'll take a Texas rig. Now this hook right here, this hook right here, if you can see it, that comes from the Slider company. Okay, that's where that comes from. And what I like to do, I'll take that hook. Now it's like a weighted Texas rig. And of course, you always want to make sure that whenever you're rigging it, you always want to make sure that tail is the opposite way of the hook, okay? So whenever you rig it, you can rig that thing just like this right here. And it'll be weedless, and you can bring it through the grass. You can bring it through a rock or anything like that, and it'll swim perfect, just like that right there. That's one way I like to do it, especially up on Dale Hollow Lake. That rig right there for smallmouth. So don't forget whenever you're looking for smallmouth lure that maybe they hadn't seen, that pearl right there, that right there is the ticket in the winter time. Anything of bright colors are really good. So just keep a grub in mind. Like I said, when I was growing up, that's what we had in our tackle boxes, and that's what we fished with a whole lot in the creeks and the ponds and the lakes. And was a Mr. Twister grub. Of course, you can get them from Zoom, or you can get them from Gary Yamamoto, or wherever. But that twin tail grub or single tail grub, that's going to put fish in the boat for you. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel and come on back down here at the shop. I'm always glad to see you. See you next time.